My name is Carson. Welcome to Thrifty Garage, a channel where we do everyday repairs, how-tos, and reviews. And in today's video, we'll be taking an in-depth look at all of these stake pocket D-rings. So I recently purchased an equipment trailer for the landscape business, and looking at stake pocket D-rings, there's a lot of options on the market, a lot of price differences, and just like everything else, I really like to go in-depth, look at prices, and compare specs, and that's what we're going to do here today. We're going to take a look at the price. On my right, we've got the least expensive. On my left, we've got the most expensive, and just a range in between costs. And all these are a little bit different, has some different unique features, and so we'll kind of showcase what each one does best and let you decide what's best for you. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So I've got my cheat sheet here on my phone, got my spreadsheet, and I'll be using that throughout the process just so I can make sure all my facts are straight, all my ducks are in a row. So before we start, I should say, for comparison, I was looking at the higher capacity D-rings, the larger D-rings, and some of these brands did not have the higher D-rings. So this is a 4,000 pound capacity D-ring, and we only brought those in if we couldn't get the higher 5,000 or 6,000 pound capacity D-ring. So that's kind of something to keep in mind with this. So on my right hand side here, we've got the Mighty products. They have the higher capacity D-ring. Next up, we have the PJ Trailers D-ring. One thing about PJ Trailers I really like is they have an awesome website to buy aftermarket features, and they come shipped right to you. So I had that shipped. Something unique and special here that I didn't expect with PJ, so we'll uncover that as we get into the PJ. Next up, we've got the Diamond C and the Load Trail. Now, I ordered both of these through Spencer's Trailers. I couldn't find these at a different source, and did not realize that the Load Trail was going to be the lower capacity, but again, same as the PJ, it's what they had available. So I believe this is the 4,000 pound capacity. Ordered both these from Spencer's. And the next up, we got the NTK Fab. I found a couple of different fab shops that were offering these, and NTK Fab, ordered this through them. And one thing about these fab shop products is that I feel like they're just at a higher level than some of these other brands. USA made, somebody here is making a living off building these, and I think that's awesome, and I love to support local. So that's one thing that kind of stands out with NTK Fab. And obviously they're kind of on the more expensive side of things. Next up, we have the Fayetteville Trailers stake pocket D-ring, and last but not least, we have the Redneck Trailer Cells. Again, this is very unique. It's got a swivel on it. It is in the lower 4,000 pound capacity range on the D-ring size, but I wanted to bring them in because they have a unique feature that nobody else offered. So now we kind of introduced you to everything. Let's talk about the price. On the low end, we've got a price of $10.99 from the Mighty products. If you're looking for something, an economy solution, probably a great way to go. They also have a zinc coated option, and you can buy them in bulk. You can buy them on Amazon. I'll try and leave links to all these on Amazon, but you're looking for an inexpensive option, the Mighty products is right there. They've got an adjustable slot on the side. We've got 4 different adjustments here. One, with the lower cost, you're going to see some side effects. These are very spaced close together. I don't know if these will withstand a vertical load rating that some of these other products will. So just keep in mind, whatever your application is, that if you're looking for just a cost standpoint, you're gonna maybe see some pullbacks in some other areas. And then next up, we bump up to $18.99 for the PJ. And this PJ was from the website, and I think that price was without shipping. So I don't want to include shipping costs in these numbers. These are just the basic parts. That way, if you order 10, you're obviously going to see a discount on the shipping. So $10.99, $18.99. Next up, we're into the Diamond C. And the Diamond C, their prices were all over the place. I found them on a few different websites, but the Spencer Trailers was just the best option, best price, and the best way to get it to me the fastest. A lot of people didn't seem to have the Diamond C in stock. I actually initially was seeking out the Diamond C because I've got a Diamond C trailer outside. So that was kind of my initial goal, was to go after the Diamond C. And upon further review, they're a little bit harder to find than I expected. The price on the Diamond C is $29, and the price on the Load Trail is $32. Again, both from Spencer Trailer, which I think it's a pretty good deal on the Diamond C, considering it's the higher capacity D-ring, and the Load Trail is the lower capacity, 4,000 pound capacity. Next up, we got the NTK Fab Works. With these, You have to buy them in pairs or a set of 2, which if you're buying these, you probably want a pair anyways. So the price tag on these individually is $37.99, which comes out to be $75.97 for the pair. So we're up into the high 30s, moving on into the 40s. And the price tag on this Fayetteville trailers is $42. And then moving up to the Redneck trailer cells, the price tag on their swivel, 360-degree swivel, is $66.29. So a huge range of spectrum from $10 up to the mid-60s in price range. Next, let's talk about our specs. So with these, we have a working load limit, which is kind of their recommended working load limit, and then you have a breaking strength. So these are mostly based off the working load limit. And for example, this Mighty Products has a working load limit of 5,400 pounds, and it has a breaking strength of 16,200 pounds. And a lot of times those will be stamped on here. So right here we've got an MBS of 18,000 pounds. So I don't know what that's for. And these are the 5/8 inch D-rings. And on the bottom here we have a WLL standing for working load limit of 5,400 pounds. So on the website it says 16,200 pounds for the breaking strength. And on here it says the MBS something metric breaking strength, I don't know, 18,000 pounds. Once they're coated, powder coated, it's a little bit harder to read their specs on them. So on the PJ trailer, on the website, it says it has a 4,000 pound working load limit. And then on the D-ring here, it says it has a 4,080 pound working load limit. So a little bit of a discrepancy there. And should we show you the sneak peek on this one? Inside here, we've got a sticker that says Buyers. So I intentionally did not buy the Buyers product because it was only a 4,000 pound capacity. So PJ kind of snaked me on that one. I thought it was their own in-house version, ordered it from them, and come to find out it was a Buyers product anyways. So Buyers does not have the larger 5/8 inch D-ring. They only have the smaller 1/2 inch D-ring, which comes with that 4,000 pound, or here it says 4,080 pound working load limit. So PJ does not make their own, obviously. But they still provide a pretty good price point on that if you're a PJ fan. As well as PJ trailers, the dump trailers had some special features. I want to test this out on the PJ dump trailer, all of these actually, maybe in a separate video, and see which ones fit, because apparently they have a special short thing, or you have to have a certain corner cut off or something like that. So keep that in mind too as you're looking at your trailers. You may have special stake pocket D-rings that require a special type of stake pocket. Next up we got the Diamond C and the Load Trail, and on their websites did not have any specifications on these. We do have the specifications on the D-ring itself, because a lot of these are just weld-on D-rings, and on the D-ring it says it has an 18,000 pound MBS, so that's their breaking strength again. And the Load Trail again is the 1/2 inch D-ring, and it has an MBS of, it's hard to read, it looks like a 12,000 pounds. Okay, NTK Fabworks. These have a working load limit of 6,000 pounds and a breaking strength of 18,000 pounds according to their website. On here on the D-ring it says the MBS is 18,900 pounds. And one cool thing that NTK Fabworks also did is they actually did their own breaking strength test to verify, and I think that's why they labeled it as 18,000 pound. And they ran it until failure, and they did have a failure, and I think they said that the failure was a little bit premature because it was unevenly distributed on the pin, and so I don't think they did an additional test. But again, these have been tested. Some of these other products, their ratings are simply based off of the D-ring rating. They're not based off of the actual stake pocket portion. But NTK Fabworks went the extra mile on that and did their own testing, and they've got photos on the website to prove it. So again, cool fact, a little bit more hands-on, customizable than some of these other brands. For the Fayette trailers, we got a 6,000 pound working load limit and a 19,000 pound breaking strength. And then again, this is one where you've got powder coat or paint on here, and you just can't hardly read it. It's just kind of blurred out the letters. So I can't tell for sure on that, but those specs are according to their website. And again, last but not least, we've got the Redneck trailer cells. It is the smaller 1/2 inch D-ring, and they rate theirs at a 5,000 pound working load limit and a 10,000 pound braking strength. And on here we have an MBS on the D-ring of 12,000 pounds, so that's their braking strength for the D-ring portion. They rate this at a 10,000 pound because they do have an extra connection here. And yeah, so there's the Redneck trailer cells. Okay, now we're kind of getting a little bit into the weeds with the specs, in the sense that I couldn't find all of the specs on these. So now we're going to talk about paint and powder coat options. And some of these websites didn't talk about the process, some of them did. Obviously most of these are black. Some of them are paint, some are powder coats. But again, let's start on the Mighty products. And they have a 5/8 inch D-ring, and you can do a zinc coated or a black powder coat. So this is the black powder coat option. The zinc is kind of a silver color. The zinc option is a little bit more expensive at $12.99. I don't have any information on the paint process on these, but moving up to the NTK Fabworks, they have a few different color options and they are powder coated. So that's something to note with them. Fayette Trailers actually had quite a bit of information on their process. They say they do an acid wash, primer, and then a black powder coat. So of everyone, they do the best job according to their website, according to their own process, mostly because no one else really explains their process. And again, the 360 swivel hitch with Redneck, I didn't have any information on their process either. While we're on the Fayette Trailers, they did mention on their website this is not for the PJ dump trailers for the stake pockets. So again, mentioning the PJ, and the PJ is a little bit different on their dump trailer stake pockets. Okay, I'm just looking at my notes here and came up with something a little bit funny. So the PJ trailers, like we found out, is a buyer's product. I found the buyer's product on Northern Tool for $27.99, so you can buy the buyer's product on PJ for $18.99. So basically $10 off, $11 off going through PJ directly. So a little bit of a score there if you're looking for one. Okay, well I think that's enough for the specs. Let's bring you in here a little bit closer, give you a closer look at the weld quality, the build quality, all these different items, and then we'll take it out of the trailer and do a test fit and see if there's any flaws or discrepancy on the Diamond C in particular. And like I said, we'll do a future video with the PJ and see how well these all fit on the PJ dump trailer as well. Okay, for the Mighty products, we've got 4 pin options. We've got a weld-on D-ring. It looks like they've ground off some of the welds there. And we've got a piece of channel here attached to the bottom, welded on the bottom here. Nothing special on the welds. No welds on the outside, so that is a clean 90-degree angle. The pin here has 2 different hole options. We've got our Mighty Products stamp in there with our 5,400 pound working load limit. The PJ trailer, aka the buyers. There's the buyer's part number. So this is the pin that it came with. Just one option on there. Nice large pin. You can fit your whole hand in. Welds are, you know, nothing special. Again, we've got a channel with the welds on the inside, no welds on the outside. Again, nice clean 90-degree angle. We've got 2 pin options inside here, and we've got the smaller 1/2 inch D-ring. Diamond C, 5/8 inch D-ring. We've got welds on the outside as well as welds on the inside. We've got 1 pinhole option. We've got a weld-on D-ring here, and there's the price tag and sticker, $29. And this is probably specific to Spencer trailers. You may not find that other options. And here is their pin, a little bit smaller than the buyers or the PJ. And then again, we use the same pin on the load trail. Load trail has a price of $32 from Spencer Trailers. Weld on. You know, this is a little bit of a float right there. You know, this is going to be specific to your case, but I'm not a huge fan of that weld, to be honest. A little bit of a gap right there on that one side. Double welded like the Diamond C, and 1 pin option as well. Okay, next we'll take a look at the NTK. They sent me an uncoated one so we could take a look at the welds. And this one's done a little bit differently. This is not just your traditional C-channel like everyone else. This actually is a piece of metal that has been bent. So they bent this metal around, and you can see where the break was right here, and then this piece was cut, and so where it was cut, they came in up top here and welded. I'm not sure what the function of that is, if that gives you a better corner right here, if that gives you a better inside corner, whatever it is. They obviously took an extra step there, welding on the inside. We've got a bead right there on the back side, and then a full weld around the top there, and just beautiful welds. Obviously, you know, not unpowder coated, so you can't see it as well once they're powder coated, but just a top quality job on the welds. And this one, like I said, you can really see the specs before they powder coat it. So this one has a working load limit of 16,900 pounds, and it is the 5/8 inch D-ring. For the pin on these, it is a extremely long pin, and it actually has a really short cotter pin or R-clip, which I really like. The reason for that is when you push it into the trailer's right here, so it's hard to have that short clearance. So and using some of these other ones, like the Fayetteville trailer ones I've used, this pin's a lot longer, and you have to kind of be mindful of how you pin it together. So really neat on the NTK. So look at the powder coated version of the NTK. You can see where they hang it to powder coat right here on the top. So that's peeled off a little bit, and a little bit disappointed in this. After shipping, pulling it out of my package, a lot of this powder coat flaked off right here. And I'm not sure if that was just if there was residue on there, or if this whole edge is a little bit fat because it was hanging like this. That edge kind of dripped, and I don't know if that made it more brittle or what, but for whatever reason in packaging and shipping that chipped off. Not sure if that's normal, but other than that, I mean, the powder coat looks really good. I guess there's a little bit of a ding right here on this backside as well, but I think all of these, and we'll end up doing a future video of how well they hold up over time. All of these are going to get dings and dents and nicks and dings, and we'll see how well they hold up over time. Another thing that I noticed with this one is they've got a hole right here. Not sure what that hole's about, but I thought that was interesting that nobody else had as well. Okay, and with the NTK Fabworks, I'm going to share this. They sent me a sticker as well, and they also sent me a business card. So we're going to I'll leave the links to all these below, but I wanted to share this one specifically. If you're looking for a custom fab project, they also do Toyota off-road type stuff, and again, love to support local, love to support small business, and if you're into that as well, they might be worth reaching out to. Okay, Fayette Trailer Sales, pretty beefy unit right here, in contrast to some of the other ones. The C-channel looks a little bit thicker, and which actually the C-channel looks very close to the thickness in the NTK, and when I pick up the NTK, I think the NTK might be a little bit heavier, but they're both kind of in the same realm of heavy duty. We have 2 pin options on here, just like the NTK, 2 pin options. The NTK, the pin options are very tight in tolerance, giving you a little bit better load capacity, and these are a little bit larger, a little bit sloppier, with a much larger pin. We do have 2 sides welded here, and then 1 side welded here, and we've got the weld-on D-ring and our pin. Okay, and here is the Redneck Trailer Cells, again bringing this kind of into the fold with the larger 5/8 inch D-ring. So this is a smaller 1/2 inch D-ring, but the main reason for bringing this in was the unique application. So this one has a swivel hook, 360-degree swivel. They've got it stamped in right here. It's got a slider, 360. They have a few different options like this on their website that are really just kind of unique that I didn't find from anybody else. And I think they've also done some testing in how well they hold up and how well they pivot and swivel. But that is really nice when you've got a load kind of off to the side to let it swivel towards it, depending on what it is and how you're trying to tie it down. So that's a feature that nobody else offered on the market that I felt was definitely worth sharing. And here's their pin as well. Very unique and different than anybody else's pin. Kind of got a keychain ring on one end and a little R-clip on the other one. And again, the smaller R-clip I actually prefer, just because of the tight tolerances against the trailer. As far as the weld quality, it looks to me like this base actually is, it's rolled over, so they've got some sort of brake that pulls it over. They weld it right there on, I can't tell if that's both on the inside and outside or just the outside. And they've got this bolt that bolts through, and that bolt on the inside has a little cotter pin going through it to hold that nut on to keep it from slipping off. And then on the top here we've got the weld-on 1/2-inch D-ring with the 12,000 pound working load limit. And again, I think their website stated it was a 10,000 pound overall working load limit. Oh, and one thing I should note, I forgot about this. The Diamond C, this is their smaller stake pockets. So they're larger trailers. I have an EQT trailer. They're larger. I think the LPX and some of the other models has a larger stake pocket. So none of these stake pocket options that are on the market will fit the Diamond C's, the larger Diamond C stake pockets. You have to order that specifically from Diamond C. And one of the videos I was watching, I forget, I can't remember which one it was, but another one of these kind of fab shops is actually going to be making Diamond C stake pocket D-rings for the larger stake pockets. So if you have the larger stake pockets, keep that in mind as well before you drop some coin on these and place an order. Got the Fayette trailers. And they seem to work better when you leave this lip hanging off this edge. Rather putting it like this, puts a little bit of tension on the trailer there. Doesn't really matter. Get the NTK. So some more of that powder coat is coming off. Just right there where it's making contact, you know, so is the powder coat on the trailer. So that's going to be a place where, just where that makes contact. Got the load trail. And this one will fit either way. There's not really an overhang. The Diamond C kind of hangs over on that side too. It actually sticks up quite a bit. Right there on the weld. So yeah, whenever they put a weld around this side, it's not as clean, but obviously it's going to be a lot stronger. Got the buyers. Nice and clean and flush. Again, no weld there. That one feels a little bit too loose. Got the Mighty. That's exceptionally loose. This uses the third slot. And this one's really loose too. I think this is more aimed at smaller, like utility trailers. This is quite a bit smaller. Yeah, I wonder if there's like another size smaller stake pocket, because that is quite a bit smaller to fit in here. You know, it's about 1/2 inch on the one side and about 1/4, maybe even more on the other side. I'll have to look on their website again and see if this is the right application. Well, that'll about do it. Well, thanks for watching this Thrifty Garage video. Hope it was useful and informative. If you're looking to buy one of these stake pocket D-rings, give you some market research. If you liked the video, Give us a big thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. Thanks for watching Thrifty Garage, and we'll see you on the next one. Lights, camera, action.